we go. Alright. Okay, so let's get this done. The infamous GreyHeaven. Let's see what she has to offer. Alright. Should better return the ship for this. She's full disruptor build. Everything on her is disruptors. No matter what. Kind of bored out too. First of all, we'll start with the Alachi. Pretty good, eh? Yeah, the Alachi. There we go. Mark 15, Beamery, times 3 critical hit and damage. Although that should be the other way around. Unfortunately, I don't think I can change that. The engineer. Ooh, I can. Now I just increased the damage. Went from 1501 to 1581. Not bad, eh? Not bad. And that's the highest one I have now. Yep. Highest one I got. Wasn't bad. Now this is the one I'm kind of curious on. I don't need critical damage. Gotta have critical hit. There we go. And now is the Terran Task Force. This one though. There we go. That's everything I need. And yeah, that's everything I need. Although, yeah, no. Yeah, there we go. Can't change that, which sucks, but oh well. There we go. Yeah, Milachi. You know, high damage now. Here we got the Nausicaan Disruptor Beam Array, right? Let me just try and get the full thing in here. Right, there we go. We know it's a 250 arc, like literally, man. There's the whole thing right there. That's Mark 15. This is just a filler. A Withering Disruptor Beam Array. Although, right, it's pretty good. But I do think I have better. I can't put it in there right now. So that's the best we can do. Has some high DPS. High enough for me at least. I know everyone's gonna be all like, oh, that's a shitty ass build. Technically, this is a PvE build. A build where you can go out and just destroy shit. It's not a PvP build. Get that out of your brain. I don't care. I don't do PvP. So, fuck it. This is just strictly PvE. This is the last one. This is the Terran Task Force Disruptor Beam Array. Pretty wicked, I found. And it goes along with, I had to switch out the front one because before I had this one, the Enhanced Biomolecular Photon Torpedo. I swapped it out to get the, because I didn't really need, I don't have the turret for the third one. I was using up more valuable space. So I swapped it out for the Terran Task Force one, which gave me secondary torpedo launchers, which shoots even more torpedoes out, which is wicked. Now the aft, I have House Martok Disruptor Beam Array. Pretty wicked and everything. I like it. And then this one I had made myself. I can't remember which one, but this one is pretty damn wicked. And then my aft torpedo launcher is a Disruptor torpedo. Now, this is the first time I ever looked at it. We're all gonna see it at the first time. Hull patch. Nice. So that was what I was talking about, is I had no idea what the fuck that was. Sorry for the language. Now, I got 2 of these Dyson Reputation sets. The shield, actually 3. Holy Jesus. Okay, 3. Okay, so we got the shield. We're gonna have to change that, because that's what that gives us. Proton barrage, and I don't have the proton on here. We're definitely gonna have to change that. I'll show you how and why I'm getting 3. Well, I have 2. Now, for all you smart people, you would already know why. But for the non-smart people, right? This is the shield set I have on here, which is a regenerative shield. Pretty damn good. Which comes with the Dyson combat engines. You know, like, well, there we go. That's everything that gives with the combat engines at Mark 15. Very rare. Might give a little bit more once I increase its rarity, but I do not have the money for that right now. Now, the deflector and the warp core are part of the Gamma Reputation stuff, and they're both epicked out. This gives very little exotic particle generator. The only reason why I took it was to give me and my team a flight turn rate and flight speed boost up to 50%. As if it's a full team. This is actually pretty good, I found. If you have any discrepancies about it, you know, just leave in the comments. I wouldn't care nonetheless. But I chose this warp core because it rips. Space-time itself just rips through it. Also gives auxiliary power and auxiliary power, which is pretty damn good in my books. Right? Like, that is a lot of stuff for it to be doing. Like, a lot. Which then also gives, you know, those 2 right there. But going to my tactical array of consoles, here we got the vulnerable locator beams, which does beam damage, and critical chance. I do not have the other one for this one, so I threw this in here just as a filler, which seems to be working out pretty good. I had left the counter command set in there, which gives me phaser, disruptor, radiation, and photon projectile weapon damage. Now, biggest thing, right? Photon projectile weapon damage. That comes under this, and it's a photon torpedo launcher. So that damage reflects to this, which is awesome, right? It gives radiation, that also gives off radiation. And this gives it even more damage. Although I didn't see that, it gave Tetrion energy weapon damage. Whew. The last one. It's all about disruptors. Now, for the science array consoles, here we have, look at it, does drain, expertise, power transfer rate, and disruptor damage, and I have all three. So now I get all three, plus the 50% hull penetration, as well as on the first one. My first one has 100 shield penetration and 50% hull penetration. So that one with this just shoots right through the whole ship and rips everything up. This was given to me before everything went down. This here is like a pretty wicked freaking particle field exciter. Now for the engineering array, I also, like I said, I have House Martok. I got two. This is what this one does at Mark 15. Very red. Right? Not bad. Pretty good. It also gives me critical chance and accuracy rating. Just for two pieces. If I had a third set, it would also give me that. But now this is the third part of the Terran Task Force. Which I love. Second part to be the counter command. I've got a lot of engine power and a lot of auxiliary power going on. Now this one, this is an optional one, right? You see one of three. I don't have the other two. Wish I did, because I'll be like, ooh, look at that, man. I only got the one. This is the fifth one in this section. Gives me 105% power transfer rate on anything, and it gives me a critical chance on everything. So knowing all that, we come over here, right? We'll go section by section here, right? There's the attack, 60 accuracy, 14% critical, 65% severity. I'm not really going for high critical, I'm just going for high straight up damage. If criticals come, they come. Now, the defense, I believe, goes up to at least, 70 points? I believe. I haven't really looked in a while. There's my hull repair rate, shield regeneration rate, and my maximum shields. And the rest speaks for itself. She's pretty weak against Polar and anti-proton. and kinetic. But like I said, this is a PvE build, not a PvP build. People get that confused. Now, here's the top speed, turn rate, and power transfer rate. So I'll show you at full speed here. Maximum turn rate 21.6 degrees. Maximum flight speed 38.4. Damn. That's what that does. The main important part. I know everyone's gonna nitpick at this section right here. I don't care, you know. Although she is a intelligence, but I don't really like the intelligence section at all. Even at the highest one I can get, it doesn't really give me much. Literally. Except for this. This is wicked. I love it, but I believe I have it on number 2. No, I don't have it at all. But I have 2 beam overloads, a level 2 and a level 1. Then I have a high yield 3 for my torpedoes, and a tactical 1. Although I was thinking of, which I'll leave that. It gives me more weapon damage. This was the biggest discrepancy everyone had. I just woke up, sorry. This is the biggest issue everyone had with this. I like it because it crumbles and buckles the structure integrity field of any targeted foe, which buckles their hull and bends it under the strain of the starship's maneuvers. I love it. Now I have 2 of these as well, level 1s. Right, I fly on auxiliary power most of the time. That's why it's so high. Just look at the output it gives for 10 seconds. Then it gives a 30-second recharge, which is why I have 2, which brings it down to a 15-second recharge. This guy has reverse shield polarity 3, right? Powered weapons 3, and engineering 1. Although I've been trying to think of something to replace it with, but I can't get any of these. Although I want to get this, but I can't. This is the other thing this guy has. Now, for science division, I have structure analyst, which is pretty damn good. And then polarized hull 2. Speaks for itself. Okay. Now, the visual ends, this is where everyone gets all fucked up on and snippety. I have 2 assimilated board technology, which gives me, right, for visuals alone, these things don't come into effect, right? This doesn't come into effect regularly, right? So that's null and void. What it actually gives it effect for is this. Set number 2. Gives me that. Right, if I would be able to fill its whole section, this would also come up as well. Right, but I only have the 2. Now here's the third part which I want to change, right? Proton barrage. I don't really need that right now because I don't have the proton on there, but as you can see I don't have anything else, which sucks. So we're just gonna keep it. But that is the breakdown of the infamous GreyHeaven that everyone's been seeing flying around destroying everything. If you're wondering what my devices are, it's a subspace field modulator, pretty damn wicked, and then a red matter capacitor, pretty damn wicked. Like I said, this thing going through space just goes like snot, like nobody's business. Ooh, looks like I'll be able to show you a bit of it. Now, I believe this build has a problem against the Herodians. There we go. See it? My weapons are 75 over 50, 52 over 25, 57 over 25, and 125 over 100. Watch, this is just a frigate. These are one of the problem issues that I have with the Herodian. I don't know what these little fuckers run on, so they run it again. The closer they get to that in person, the more damage goes off. I don't know if you guys ever noticed now, the ship itself is kind of like a lizard anyway. It'll shed its exterior, but it won't fall off. It hurls it like nobody's business. See what I mean? Just hurls it. I believe is actually pretty damn cool. Bye-bye, baby. That's what it's called. Oh! I think it's kind of cool that it sheds its exterior like a lizard. Sorry, I should say like any other reptile. Those four are just gonna kill it. watching. Here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna send the ship off here. Oh fuck. We're gonna send this ship off with the Mexican torpedo. Give me a few seconds here. See? Sheds it like a reptilian creature. Okay. Check this out. I think it's gonna be smart, but so now I'm just messing around with these guys. Ooh, a board Bach. Wow.
Target shields have
You
failed.
are better, dude.
Launch now.
And that is how this part was done. Actually did pretty damn good against the erosion. Alright in my books, literally. This time it struggles with the erosion. I don't know what they're using or firing. Right?